Hello everyone, welcome to Ethionews, your go-to spot for the latest and most important news from Ethiopia. Whether it's breaking headlines or updates on current events, we've got you covered. Ethiopia to host first ever Global Health Innovation and Quality Summit. The Ministry of Health of Ethiopia, in partnership with the World Health Organization, is set to host the first ever Global Health Innovation and Quality Summit from June 25 to 27, 2025, corresponding to Sena 18-20. 2017 EC. At the Adwa Memorial Museum in Addis Ababa, the summit, themed Innovation for Achieving Universal Health Coverage, will bring together global and local experts, researchers, policymakers, and stakeholders. It aims to spotlight innovative and quality-driven approaches that can transform the healthcare landscape, as part of the lead-up to this historic summit. Selected journalists and media professionals from various outlets have undergone specialized training to enhance their awareness and capacity. The goal: to ensure the public receives clear and accurate information about the summit's objectives, discussions, and expected outcomes. Organizers hope this initiative will amplify the summit's impact, boost public engagement, and strengthen Ethiopia's position on the global health stage. The event is expected to have far-reaching effects, from sharing international best practices to highlighting Ethiopia's own health innovations. Ultimately, it aims to contribute to lasting improvements in the country's healthcare services. Furthermore, the research papers and expert discussions presented during the three-day summit are anticipated to tackle critical health sector challenges and offer sustainable solutions for the future. Ethiopia nears WTO membership as negotiations conclude. Ethiopia is one step closer to joining the World Trade Organization, WTO, with official confirmation from the Ministry of Trade and Regional Integration that major negotiations have been finalized. According to the ministry, Ethiopia is expected to become a full member of the WTO during the organization's upcoming 14th Ministerial Conference, scheduled to take place in March next year in Cameroon. Ethiopia first applied for WTO membership back in 2003, during the administration of the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, EPRDF. Since then, the country has been gradually aligning its legal and economic frameworks to meet the organization's strict requirements. However, the accession process was interrupted after the fourth round of negotiations in 2020, mainly due to the COVID-19 pandemic and other challenges. Talks have now resumed, and progress is significant. Mr. Wendemu Filate, Executive Director of Communications at the Ministry, announced that Ethiopia has already reached consensus on key issues, and that many countries support Ethiopia's bid for membership. As part of the process, Ethiopia was urged to open up sectors such as telecommunications and banking to foreign investors. With the country now implementing liberalization measures in these areas, optimism is growing that approval will follow swiftly. Membership in the WTO would grant Ethiopia the right to export its products to other member countries without facing tariffs. For instance, Ethiopian coffee could be sold freely in global markets, boosting export opportunities and revenue. All eyes are now on the upcoming WTO assembly in Cameroon, where Ethiopia's long-awaited accession may finally become a reality. 9 dead, including child, in major traffic accident in Addis Ababa. A tragic traffic accident in Addis Ababa's Akaki Kaladi sub-city has claimed the lives of 9 people, including a 3-year-old child. Commander Marcos Tades, Director of Public Relations at the Addis Ababa Police, reported to Fana Digital that the collision occurred today in District 3, an area known locally as Abasamule. The accident involved a public service bus traveling from Haile Garment to Unisa Square, which collided with a heavy truck, causing the bus to lose control and veer into the opposite lane. There, it collided head-on with a Dolphin brand minibus traveling from Unisa Square back toward Haile Garment. The crash resulted in 9 fatalities, including the driver of the Dolphin minibus and its passengers. Among the deceased was confirmed to be a 3-year-old child. Additionally, 8 people sustained serious injuries and are receiving medical care. Authorities are investigating the cause of the accident as the community mourns the loss. Ethiopia responds to Mpox virus with isolation centers and screening measures. The Ministry of Health has announced the establishment of isolation and treatment centers in regions affected by the Mpox virus, formerly known as monkeypox, to provide care for patients. preparations are also underway in regions where Mpox has not yet been detected, with plans to set up designated isolation centers to respond quickly in the event of future outbreaks, between May 24 and June 22, 2025, a total of 324 suspected Mpox cases underwent laboratory testing, confirming 22 positive cases. Tragically, one child has died, while 15 patients have fully recovered and been discharged from isolation centers. The remaining 6 patients are currently receiving treatment in isolation centers located in the Amhara and Oromia regions. To prevent further spread, Ethiopian authorities screened 179,228 travelers from 7 countries with confirmed Mpox outbreaks at international airports. In total, over 6 million travelers entering Ethiopia by land, sea, and air have been screened to reduce the risk of cross-border transmission. The ministry highlights that Mpox spreads mainly through physical contact with infected individuals, sexual contact, and sharing contaminated personal items like bedding and clothing. Public awareness and precautions are crucial to stop transmission. Citizens are urged to watch for symptoms including high fever, headaches, muscle and back pain, swollen lymph nodes, breathing difficulties, and skin rashes or lesions. Anyone experiencing these symptoms should immediately isolate themselves and seek prompt medical attention at the nearest health facility. HIV/AIDS update. Oromia region sees progress amid ongoing challenges. In the Oromia region, it is estimated that 155,000 citizens are living with HIV/AIDS, but recent testing by the Regional Health Bureau confirms the virus is present in about 132,000 people. Efforts to combat the spread are ongoing. According to Dr. Tesfaye Zerfu, Director of HIV/AIDS Prevention and Control at the Health Bureau, 92% of those infected are currently receiving medical treatment. This year alone, approximately 3.5 million people have been tested, with around 9,000 new HIV-positive cases identified, while the national HIV prevalence rate stands at 0.8%. Oromia's current rate is slightly lower at 0.6%. Dr. Tesfaye emphasizes that early diagnosis and treatment significantly reduce the impact of HIV. He encourages anyone diagnosed with HIV to seek care at their local health facility to lead a healthier life. Nationally, Ethiopia aims to reduce HIV/AIDS prevalence to below 0.1% by 2030. However, the Federal Ministry of Health reports that over 605,000 people nationwide currently live with the virus. Based on the 2015 Ethiopian calendar, 2023 Gregorian estimates, roughly 8,257 people are newly infected with HIV each year, while 11,322 people die annually from AIDS-related causes. The fight against HIV/AIDS continues, with health officials urging the public to get tested and access treatment early. Gebremedhin Haile leads Medhin FC to historic Premier League victory. Ethiopian football coach Gebremedhin Haile has made history by guiding Medhin FC to win the Ethiopian Premier League title for the first time in the club's 42-year history, a surprising and celebrated achievement. In a recent interview with Fana TV's sports department, Coach Gebremedhin reflected on the season's success and spoke openly about a recent conflict with fellow coach WTO Abate. The tension between the two coaches surfaced during their Premier League match, where Medhin won 1-0 against Fazal. After the game, both coaches left the field without greeting each other. A moment that sparked criticism and widespread discussion about sportsmanship. Gebremedhin said, "The incident happened in the heat of the moment, but I didn't expect it to attract this much attention. This kind of situation can happen anywhere in the world." He described coaching as a challenging profession and advised young coaches to stay humble, embrace learning, and grow from their mistakes. Gebremedhin Haile's success with Medhin FC not only marks a milestone for the club but also offers valuable lessons for the next generation of Ethiopian coaches. Thanks for tuning in to Channel Name.